Hello, welcome back to Faewood Mead, or welcome to Faewood Mead if you're new here. Today, I am showing you how I made / tasting this blood orange braggot. I made a braggot! Before I get too excited, I have never made a braggot, and so I did what I usually do, and I go to Google and I look up blood orange braggot recipe. Something light, something simple. The first thing that pops up these days is an answer from Google AI. And I feel like when Google AI became available on my phone, that was like the first thing that I started to click on, no matter what it was I was looking at, just because it was there. It's like the first answer, you click it open because it's like a paragraph that cuts off, and then I get a response to whatever it is that I'm looking at. And I think I was clicking on that before I even realized that it was AI. It hadn't registered in my brain that that's what was answering my questions. Of course, it's information collected from all these different websites and everything. You just don't know how good the response may be. And I thought perhaps this would be a good test. So first I looked up blood orange beer. And then I was like, what I'm really wanting to make is a braggot. Now, whether or not this is a braggot, a true braggot, is up for debate because there's not very much honey in here. And in order for something to be considered a mead, the fermentable sugar needs to be 50% honey. This is not 50%, not anywhere near that. So that's one thing the AI got wrong. And also I just want to see how good this is because I only use DME. You'll see how I made this in a moment here. But the other reason I wanted to use this recipe is because anyone who is new to making mead or beer or anything, that's probably the first thing they're going to look at. So I want to know how good this actually is. Typically when I'm doing something new, I'm working with a new ingredient, I go to the internet and I look at forums. You know, it's like I type in what I want to use and I start looking at people's responses on all these forums and posts and blah, blah, blah. And it was kind of like nice to just have things automatically pulled from all these sources. It also kind of sucks that like whatever revenue that blog might have made from your click no longer goes to that because AI is just pulling information out. I feel like there's like some ethical dilemma there as well. Kind of like the whole AI art debacle where it's like, yeah, AI is making all this art because it's stealing from actual artists and creators. And anyway, we don't have to get into that here. Let's just get into the making of this. Is it gonna be good? Is it very legit? Can I even call this my first braggot? Or is it just a beer with some honey in it? Like a little bit. We'll see. So this braggot was such a simple recipe that I found I was able to just pick up everything that I needed at my local homebrew shop. It's kind of an odd place. It's like a nursery / fermentation hobbyist store. And this is where I tend to pick up all my typical gear. They do have a pretty nice selection of hops and yeasts. At the same time, it is fairly basic. For me, if I want anything more specialized, I definitely just have to do some shopping online, but I did get lucky here and I found everything that I needed for this quote-unquote braggot. After sanitizing all my equipment, this is a very important step. I don't tend to show it very much. So this recipe requires 1.5 pounds of wheat dried malt, or 1 pound wheat dried malt and 1/2 pound of pilsner LME or DME, which I only had access to wheat DME. 0.15 ounces of Hallertau hops. That's added at 60 minutes, so at the very beginning of the boil. And you want to make sure when you add that DME that your pot is not directly over the burner. You want to remove it from the burner first, or else your malt might burn. And then I went and got my 4 ounces of orange blossom honey. Just a hint here, the sugar from the honey is far, far less than the sugar from the DME, so this is really more of a beer with a little bit of honey added to it. And then at the 15-minute mark, I'm going to add my 0.1 ounce of Saaz hops. So this is more for the aromatics rather than the bittering. And then I poured my wort through a sieve to remove the hops. And I cooled it down to the appropriate temperature before adding my Safale 05. And actually, in the instructions, it told me to add the nutrients at the 10-minute boil mark, and I completely forgot. Because, hey, I'm a mead maker, and I don't usually add my nutrients until like the next day, okay? But this recipe asked for a 1/4 teaspoon of nutrient. And my starting gravity is at 1.080. Oh my god. I did not do the math. This beer is 10.5%. Are you kidding me? Well, that's the second thing that AI got wrong. That is not beer level. That is insane. And while this is hanging out in my shed, I do wrap my carboy up with a towel to prevent sunlight from penetrating it. With my meads, I don't really care, but with hops, you do want to care. And after 4 days, I add 4 ounces of blood orange puree, so towards the end of fermentation, which I think is true for any fruit additions into a beer. Yeah, and then, about a month after starting this is when I bottle it. I totally forgot to take a final gravity. I'm going to assume it went down to 1, and if that's the case, it's a 10.5%, which is crazy. I don't even understand. Maybe it didn't go down to 1 and it's like 8%. Either way, it's too high. It's too high. Here we are. Here's the test. I haven't opened one of these yet. I'm a little nervous. I heard a hiss. It smells good. Is there any carbonation in that? First of all, it doesn't seem like there's very much. This bottle is very poorly carbed. I might have refrigerated it too soon. I'm gonna taste this, and then if I need to open another bottle and film a little piece of a properly fermented one, that'll be added in somewhere in here. But there is some carb here. It smells really good. I do smell the orange on there. And I think maybe honey too. It has a really pleasant aroma. It's just like really fruit forward, kind of beer-esque. Okay, I'm just gonna go in and taste this thing. Cheers. Whoa, okay, hang on. Damn it, I really wish there was more carbonation. There's so little carbonation. I'm kind of scared because I'm intolerant to corn sugar, and that's what I put in here to prime it, and clearly that sugar has not been fully consumed. So I'm not gonna drink very much of this, but the flavor's really quite nice. It is sweet, which again is probably the sugar. I waited a full week. Dang it! I'm gonna have to try this again because I feel like it's not fully there. There's very little beer character. It's there, but again, I only use DME. So something that's like super simple and easy and very beginner friendly, sure, you might be able to get away with this. But if you want it to taste like a real beer, you're gonna have to use more than DME, I think. It is beer-esque though. Like, I'm 100% gonna drink this. Look at that. There's more foaming happening. Now that it's opened up, can you see it? I'm surprised by the character that's here. And the orange is nice. It's really subtle. I think a lot of the information that AI gave me was good. I just think only DME is too simple, maybe. It's hard for me to say because I'm not experienced in beer at all. I am very new to beer. So my fermentation methods, like if you're a beer person, you're probably like, oh my God, this girl is using like primitive methods. It's like pretty clear. I don't know what I'm doing with beer. It's light. It's really nice. There isn't a lot of like beer character though. I think if you wanted to like boost this, just use some like actual milled grain to give it more body. Cause it is like pretty thin. It's more like, more characteristic of a session mead than a beer. All right, insert clip of me trying this when it's like properly carbonated. Round 2. That was more of a hiss. That was way more of a hiss. Dude, seriously? Wow, that's frustrating. I guess it needs to ferment like double the amount of time in the bottle or something. Lame. Okay, but hang on though. It does taste way more beery. I wonder if just the time in the shed is like too cool, you know what I mean? It's maybe not warm enough for it to really kick off. I just wish it was like more carbonated. What the hell? Maybe it's the amount of corn sugar I put in. Come on. I have faith in you. There we go. Okay, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my God. Okay, here it is. Woo! There we go. Okay. Okay. Now that's a glass. That's a glass of beer. Yeah. I take it all back. I take back what I just said. Hell yeah. All right, well, thank you so much for watching this video. In the future, I'm going to be making some real braggots, I promise. I am not going to Google AI for anything else. I might get some assistance with ideas. But the thing is, too, with AI is that it doesn't give you any feedback as to, like, how good the recipe is. Unlike if you go to a forum, then you hear from real people and you get their actual feedback and you can see any kind of recipe alterations. Many times people will go back to the thread with their their test recipe and give feedback on how good it was, what they thought of it, what they might do differently. All of that kind of really great information you're not gonna get from having AI chat with you a little bit. So that being said, join some Discords, doing the most in Mead, have really great communities. And you can also just go to some general like homebrew forums. There's so many of them and you never know what you're gonna find. And I will tell you that one of my future Meads, braggots, I should say, coming up, I did get the recipe from someone's actual like post. I saw all the feedback and feedback from other people who made the recipe, and I'm altering that one to make it a braggot. So anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all, and I'll see you next week. Okay, bye.